we need another Bretton Woods, or at least we need to be thinking in terms of a neutral reference point, a global unit of account. I mean, something like a gold standard, even updated to reflect a digital world and fast-moving financial flow.
I'm looking at other things as well. There is a lot of money sitting on household balance sheets right now. To the extent they hang on to that money, it might make it easier for inflation to continue to come down, to continue to see that rotation. If that buffer of money, though, begins to be spent out, then we will have a harder time, I think, in terms of bringing inflation back to our target over time.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and cryptos flat. Don't forget, guys, we have options tomorrow. But we have the stock market down and we see yields are rising. So don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. Just like I stated, yields are rising. We have the dollar also moving up. And we have absolutely no volume in the market. And guys, we know around this time, volume normally picks up. So that means that there's less and less liquidity. And then, of course, guys, we have Tether, USDC, and then we have the Fed. Fed repo did move up slightly to 2.2 trillion. And guys, we know all these central banks are raising rates, running off the balance sheet for a reason. And you just heard the Fed representative state that households have money in the bank. And basically what they want to do is they want to keep inflation high raise these interest rates and keep them there so they drain the bank accounts. And we know these higher interest rates take a year to 18 months to seep into the system, and we're going to start seeing that now. And we know the average person already lives paycheck to paycheck. Now you're going to see mass layoffs. And the people that got laid off at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, remember guys, unemployment benefits only last 6 months, or if you get an extension, maybe a year. And now we know by the time we move into next year, we know the robots, algorithms, and drones are going to start being implemented. And these big corporations are not going to be hiring back. Remember, guys, majority of employment is done by small business. And we steady see small businesses closing, and it keeps increasing every single month. What people don't understand is that small business is the heartbeat of America's economy and is going to be drained. You have the higher rates and higher wages on companies that are already struggling. Now, these big corporations definitely can hire more. They definitely can pay more. But remember, they took all their cash and bought back their own stock, paid dividends. They're not reinvesting the company to make it larger. They are taking care of the shareholders. And on top of that, guys, the United States is a consumer nation. We manufacture nothing. Even though you have Biden on television saying he's going to bring back manufacturing back to the United States. But guys, we know manufacturing has changed. We know the robots, algorithms, and drones are now in the facilities. And just like Judy Shelton stated, there's going to be a digital form of money because we know these robots, algorithms, and drones are going to be paying each other with Bitcoin and crypto. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, don't forget about Grayscale sitting at about $14.98 billion. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Hong Kong lawmaker wants to turn CBDC into stablecoin featuring DeFi. And guys, we know China runs Hong Kong. We know the Hegelian dialectic is being played in China. We know the emerging markets are going to be leading us into the fourth industrial revolution. Now we have Judge rules Celsius earned assets belong to bankrupt crypto lender. And guys, we know that's the reason why they don't have rules in crypto. That's why we keep seeing all these implosions, and when we see the SEC sitting back and doing nothing. Remember, the SEC's job is to protect the investor. But we know that hasn't happened in over 40 years. But those funds should definitely be returned to the holders. You can keep the interest, whatever interest that was accumulated, but the asset was bought by the customer, so they definitely own it. And Celsius had an obligation to return those assets back to the owner. Now we have Silvergate sold assets at a loss and cut staff to cover $8.1 billion of withdrawals. Now, guys, at the end of 2021, I told you that we're going to start pulling back due to the Fed was going to be raising rates. If I could see it, these financial gurus definitely can see it. This was all part of a bigger plan. We know crypto has to come down, and the same way cryptos came down, stocks came right along with it, and it was caused by who? That's right, the Fed. Now we have Fanatics sell 60% of its stake in Candy Digital to a group led by Galaxy Digital. And we see Mike Novogratz taking advantage of the bear market. Remember, these big corporations and big banks are going to be getting these smaller projects pennies on a dollar. And remember, it's all part of the plan. Don't forget Mike Novogratz is a Goldman Sachs guy. Now we have Ethereum Layer 2 Starknet overhauls Cairo programming language to drive developer adoption, making it easier for developers. And speaking of Ethereum, lastly, we have Consensys, which should be called Jpmorgan, moves forward with AMD SPAC. And we know SPACs have disappeared. But guys, we know the fingerprints of Jpmorgan and NWO is all over Ethereum and Consensys. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But we know Jpmorgan doesn't lose. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, and don't forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys, don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming, while everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks. So see with the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.